Imagine a place where death was a daily visitor, but the dead never left, trapped in endless agony, reaching out to drag the living into their misery. In the forsaken hills of Kentucky, Waverly Hills stands as a tomb of forgotten screams, where shadows slither through the dark, hungry for company. These aren't fairy tales. They're the bitter truths of places cursed by history's cruel hand. Dare to listen, and you might feel them watching you too, because some haunts never end. Waverly Hills Sanatorium looms over Louisville, Kentucky, a grim testament to the tuberculosis epidemic that ravaged America in the early 20th century. Opened in 1926 as a state-of-the-art facility, it was meant to isolate and treat the afflicted, but it quickly became a house of horrors. Thousands entered its doors, coughing up blood, wasting away in isolation. The body chute, a 500-foot tunnel, ferried corpses out secretly to avoid demoralizing patients. Nurses committed suicide, overwhelmed by the despair. One reportedly hanged herself in room 502. By the time it closed in 1961, over 6,000 had died there, their suffering etched into the walls. Beyond medicine, Waverly reflects a darker cultural scar. The fear of contagion that tore families apart, stigmatizing the sick as outcasts. It wasn't just a hospital. It was a symbol of society's failure to confront death head-on, pushing the dying to the edges of existence. Today, it's a paranormal hotspot, drawing investigators who claim the air vibrates with unrest. Skeptics point to creaky floors and wind drafts, but the sheer volume of reports, cold spots, whispers, full apparitions, defies easy dismissal. Eyewitnesses describe shadows that move with purpose, doors that slam without touch, and an oppressive energy that lingers long after you leave. The supernatural draws people in, but it's the personal toll that sticks. Stories of visitors feeling drained, as if the building feeds on their vitality, abound. Hot spots like the 5th floor, where experimental treatments turn deadly, buzz with activity, disembodied cries, fleeting touches. As we delve deeper, tension builds from mere curiosity to raw fear, culminating in encounters that shatter disbelief. I had heard about Waverly Hills from shows like Ghost Hunters, and it sounded like the ultimate haunted spot in America. Located in Louisville, Kentucky, it was once a tuberculosis hospital, now infamous for its ghosts. My husband, sister-in-law, and 2 of my husband's friends decided to drive down for a 2-hour tour. I was thrilled just to step inside, ghosts or no ghosts. Our group merged with about 20 others, all armed with flashlights and cameras. It was tough to spot anything in such a crowd, but the guide was sharp. Stick close to the front, and he'd tip you off to oddities before the mob arrived. All I caught at first were shadow people, dark shapes dashing across the ends of those endless corridors. I doubted it, though. The place was pitch black, and my eyes could have been fooling me. Then the guide split us into 2 groups and called for a volunteer to walk a long hallway alone. No chance I'd do it. The darkness swallowed everything. A guy stepped up, reached the end, and stood before a door with a faint lamp glow behind it. The guide told him to spread his legs and us to watch his feet. Shadows crossed right in front of him, clear as day. Freaky. Then one appeared beside him. The guide yelled for the volunteer to extend his hand left. He hesitated, but we egged him on. He said it felt ice cold next to him. Then his hand went numb. He started panicking a bit. My husband, in the other group, volunteered too. He said it was quiet until he headed back. Then a room door creaked open slowly, with nothing behind it. I wished for more, but those moments stuck. We're planning an overnight return. Turning Waverly into a hotel? Bad idea. The dead won't share nicely. Fresh off Brookdale Lodge, I spotted an ad for a night at Preston Castle, an old boys' reformatory near Sacramento. It was open on a full moon, and my skeptical husband David wanted in. We added a Friday stay at the haunted Ione Hotel. Waiting 2 months felt endless. I packed early. Julie, our sensible British nurse friend, joined us. We checked into rooms 13 and 7, haunted gold. We joked about extra fees for ghostly entertainment or bar drunks. The hotel oozes history. Polished wood, a Hitchcock staircase, secrets drifting from hallway transoms. Room 13 is notoriously active. While David handled check-in, I approached the door, mentally greeted whatever was there, and held my palm near the frame. Static energy buzzed. Inside, the air weighed heavy, my chest constricted. Later, door open, hand in the doorway with a drink, I felt a gentle tug. Come on, like Julie pulling me. But David wasn't looking past me, and Julie was unpacking elsewhere. Cool. Julie went to bed early. In the lobby, I chatted with 2 cops about local haunts. Officer Jeffrey Arnold shared a basement tale. A clear, help me, with no source. He's less skeptical now. On the veranda, night sounds soothed until the hotel brightened. Not light, but a perking aura, like a smile. Back in the room, the clock hit 12:03. Haunting hour. After deep sleep, coffee in hand, I left our door unlatched to not wake David and sat on the windless veranda. Veranda door, also unlatched. It swung fully open, then closed. I asked, "What's up?" Silence. Felt like ignoring someone rude. Our room door was wide open, David asleep. No breeze could explain it. I refilled coffee, left doors unlatched again. Veranda door creaked open inches. Froze when I looked. Like a sneaky kid halting mischief. Back to the room. Door open again. David out cold. I laughed, waiting it out. David joined, joking the activity stopped with him there. We drank coffee. Then I tapped on Julie's door. Groggy, she described her night. 5 a.m. band practice in the saloon. Trumpets blaring. She dressed, saw a tank top man in the lobby, asked if this was normal. Wrapping up soon, he said. Music stopped. She slept. At 7 a.m., it blasted again. A song she liked, but not then. Dressed, lobby empty, saloon locked. She pounded doors, stomped. Nothing. Music cut off abruptly. Morning, we told Clerk Jennifer and the manager. He apologized, swore no band, no such man. Jennifer knew no locals matching the description. She was on duty nearby and heard zilch. Manager muttered, "Here we go again." We got the haunted room, but Julie got the haunts. Before leaving, Jennifer shared chilling tales. Room 13, famous for self-moving doors. The Ione's past clings, playful yet persistent. The Winchester Mystery House is my top haunted spot. Raised in San Jose, I toured it over 30 times before leaving in 1988. One room always hummed. Top floor, Gray walls, dark as sin. Stairs up, right to a corridor with eaves cupboards opening to a large room with floor skylights and outer windows. In 1972, my group entered to find another already there. A no-no. Guides usually hold back groups. The room crowded. Their clothes seemed off, outdated. Then a tour mate walked through one of them. I stifled a yelp. My first experience. Eyes wide, mind racing. Then I spotted him, my fiancé, drowned July 6th, 1969, at his bachelor party, night before our wedding. Hands in coveralls, grinning that grin. He paced past, behind, back, stood peeking. Nodded, vanished. That room always had extra guests, active or lurking. Renovations dulled the energy. By 2007, it was quiet. The room skipped. In 2008, even the manager didn't know it. No trip matched that one. As a single mom, I took my ship-obsessed son to the Queen Mary en route to Catalina. We knew its history, but not the haunts. Excited for the old vibe. Few guests, so we got a central second deck room. After a tiring day, I felt odd, lightheaded, weak-kneed in spots. Thought the ship rocked, but staff said no. First night, bathroom water ran repeatedly. I blamed age. Porthole slammed shut 5 times. Heavy, inward opening, no breeze. Kept reopening it. At 2 a.m., a party erupted across the hall. Old music, clinking glasses, chatter, laughter, loud, no sleep. Morning, I requested a move due to noisy neighbors. Desk said none nearby. Closest 5 rooms away. Frustrated, we breakfasted. On tour. Sudden weakness hit. I grabbed my skinny 10-year-old for support. Legs jelly. Over boiler room bridge, I collapsed mid-tour. Sun rushing over. Needed help crossing. We'd be fine. Then bam. Weak. Had to sit. Blamed old ship, plumbing. Language issues with staff. Leaving in the gift shop, I saw The Haunting of the Queen Mary book. Reading snippets. Hairs stood up. Glad to go. If I'd known beforehand, no calm dismissal. Son loved it. I did too, despite the weirdness that persists. This ties to my museum job, though not there. My hometown, settled by 1840s Irish immigrants, carried Catholic Protestant hatred from the old country. It fueled a feud ending in 5 family murders. The family, notorious alive, infamous dead. Long silenced, now a tourist draw. Museum tours include the site, now private home. Owner talks, shows property. It's deeply haunted. On my second museum day, I led grade 10s there. Excited, yet nervous. New job, scary stories. Told mom, ghosts mean I quit. She laughed. Other museum tales show that was empty. Tour smooth. At Homestead, group stood where old house was. Owner recounted. I was back, 10 feet from where a young man near my age was stabbed and beaten. As murders described, cold hit, not chill, freezing, shivered, goosebumps, then normal. Others unaffected, ignored it. Weeks later, another 57 grade 10s. New story, so wandered gaze. Back of crowd, short, unseen from other side. Admired gardens, glanced at house. Old part. Built Post-murders by survivors. Ground window. A man stared back, young, fair-haired. Gone seconds later. I babbled incoherently. No one heard. Told other guide, she said likely the resident lady. But it was a man. Light trick? Imagination? Ignored he resembled the murdered victim from 120 plus years ago. Group to old barn, pre-murder parts, photo hotspot for oddities. Kids snapped pics. We exited. Last out, felt hand on back. Assumed owner or guide. Turned. No one. Alone. Other stories abound, but not mine to tell. Email for tour info, if in southern Ontario. Thornewood Castle, built 1908 by Chester Thorne in Tacoma, Washington, is unique Gothic Tudor on the west coast. Thorne, Port of Tacoma founder and bank president, made it for his wife. Guests included Presidents Taft and Roosevelt. Parts date 400 years. Staircase, stained glass from European castle. Built 1908, 1911. Materials imported. Glass collected over decades by a duke. My husband and I stayed October 24th, 2005, post-wedding. We started our paranormal group then. 2 cameras, recorders, big dreams. Investigated before, official now. Anniversaries match, wedding and group October 22nd. Stayed mom and pop a year, then expanded. Curtis Gibson, Nikki Henderson, Joe Hythe, Julie DeStefano, Kate McClure, Kristen Reek, Stephen Johnston. Owner Deanna Robinson hosted a candlelight mystery tour. Perfect honeymoon with spirits. Investigative tour. Basement to servants' quarters. Secret garden. Grounds. Started with dinner in formal room, 7 p.m. Other guests, 2 Canadian ladies, 1 solo adventurer, magazine reporter. Discussed motives over sumptuous meal. Learned history, owners. Stephen King's rose red tie. Post-dinner to basement. Native tribes blessed it. Land was gathering spot. Odd. Wishbone totems left by 1910s native workers still found. Entrance level. First spirit story. Hidden restroom under staircase. Cadwallader Colden Course. Married to Thorne's daughter Anna. Lived post-Thorne death. Shot in head. Survived. Ambulances hauled him. Speculated suicide. His spirit walks from bathroom to fireplace room. Throughout. Tales of moving books. Footsteps. Voices. Smells. Viewed rooms. Histories of occupants. Bridal suite. Residual haunting. Brides. Dressed. See period woman in mirror behind. Turns. Gone. Ended 3rd floor. We stayed in rose red suite. Antique red decor. Hall bathroom with claw tub. Servants' quarters further. Common. Servants moving when none employed. Our event there. First, garden walk. Deanna said no negative vibes. Only protection. Angels. I photographed statuary. Caught ecto like an angel. Bowed head. Folded arms. Wide wings. Amazing. To rooms. Only us on 3rd. Others far below. No sounds carry. Equipment away. Bed. Husband asleep fast. I lay awake. Air chilled. Windows closed. Curtain billowed like someone exiting closet. Saw man. Early 30s. Slacks. Loose white shirt tucked. Black vest. Pale ethereal glow. Tall, thin. Dark hair with sideburns. Walked around bed. Unaware. Sat beside me. Looked directly. Vanished slowly. Haunted. for this newbie investigator. Yes, that night. In March, my husband and I honeymooned on the Queen Mary. I'm eager for ghost proof, but skeptical. Not everything supernatural. Yet experiences there defied explanation. Something inhuman lingers. Booked a room. Day explored history. Lunched. Admired ballroom. Night. Haunted tour. Skeptical. Group saw ghosts in everything. Distracting. Early tour. Nothing notable. Felt money wasted. To boiler room. Dark corridors. Steep stairs. Tight spaces. Gate locked behind. Down to POW area for military days. Flashlights off, senses adjust. Sat quiet 2 minutes. Heard woman's heels above. Plus clear, help us. Methodical. Nearing. Heels descended stairs till someone spoke. Stopped. Chills, but eager on. Rest quiet till pool. Husband uncomfortable. Watched feeling disliked. Dark corners pulled my gaze. Photos caught large orbs, changing rooms, pairs in stalls, lights off. Darkness till eyes adjusted. Saw outlines across. Quickly, black figures outside stall. Dense, blotted opposite people. Mass stopped, urged to touch. Reached, freezing cold. Touched husband's arm. He said, freezing. Guide said something outside our stall. Agreed. Leaving pool, husband felt better. Had been lightheaded, weak. Slept incident-free, but felt unwell on ship. Pounding head. Sadness. Off ship. Instant. Relief. Incredible. As these tales unfold, the air grows thicker, the shadows longer. Waverly's endless halls echo with numb hands and opening doors. Ione's playful tricks turn sinister in memory. Winchester's lost loves grin from beyond. Queen Mary's parties and pleas pull at the soul. The Homestead's cold touches recall bloody feuds. Thornewood's pale visitors sit too close. Skeptics can mock. But the intense energy builds, undeniable, until it peaks in a revelation. These places aren't just haunted. They're alive with the unrest of the damned. In the heart of these forsaken sites, the truth erupts like a scream in the night. The dead don't forgive, and they don't forget. Waverly's shadows numb the living. Ione's doors mock your sanity. Winchester's apparitions steal your breath. Queen Mary's whispers beg for help that never comes. The Homestead's hands push you toward the grave. Thornewood's guests vanish but leave their chill. What starts as curiosity ends in terror, as the cooker of despair boils over, consuming all who dare enter. No one leaves unchanged. Some never leave at all. These voices from the void pull you deeper into the mystery. Each tale, a thread in the web of the long darkness. Feel the intense energy coiling around you. The emotional pull from skepticism to dread. What secrets do your own shadows hide? Listen closely. The next whisper might be for you. The darkness calls. Answer it by sharing your encounters with the unseen. Have you felt a presence that chilled your blood or heard voices from empty rooms? Drop your paranormal tales in the comments below, and let's uncover the mysteries together. Don't forget to smash that like button, share this video with fellow thrill seekers, subscribe for more spine-tingling stories, and hit the notification bell to stay in the loop. Your experience could light up the shadows for us all.